So now we're going to take the concept of going through and picking kicks, snares, hats, etc., and putting together your first beat. And the first beat is going to be the king of the beats. It's the 2/4 beat. Just to give you an idea, before we get too deep down the road, how this magic trifecta comes together is we're going to look at the 2/4 beat and we're going to add the other two elements of the trifecta. And they are tempo, pattern, and tone. Okay, tempo, pattern, and tone. So if you think of it as the drummer is speaking to us, they're going to be telling us a story, and they're going to be telling us the story three ways: through the tones of the drums, through the behavior of playing the tones of the drums, and at what speed. So to give you an idea, let's just do a real quick look-see. I've got a bunch of different patterns here I've already built for you. And this is what a basic 2/4 beat should look like. You've got kicks down here. They are happening on the 1 and the 3. And then the snares here on the 2 and the 4. And this is just a one measure beat. And here are the hi-hats. And it sounds like this at 85 BPM. Very simple. Now, if I played that over and over and over again on its own, you'd probably be bored. But with the rest of the music, it's actually going to work really well. So this is the 2/4 beat. It's recommended that you put this in first as at least a starting point, or that you just have a 2/4 beat always on hand when you're getting started to have something to play against. Just a rhythm, a tempo, matching time, matching sounds, and then you can start tweaking right from here. One thing you might tweak is the tempo. So this is 85, and then what I'll do is I'll cycle through all the way up to about 115 BPM, just to give you a sense of what the beat sounds like at different tempos. Here's 88. Not much different. Here's 92. Now compare 92 to 85. You can really hear that 7 BPM. 92 again. 95. Nice mid-tempo. 102. Feel the urgency picking up. 108. 115. And just to give it a comparison, here's 85 again. 4, 3, 2. So there's a big difference in these few tempos. We haven't really gone but 20 or so, 30 or so BPM, but you don't hear them so much step to step to step, but you will hear them as the extremes. So one of these tempos is going to win. I don't know which one. I think I ended up on 88. Yeah, 88 seemed to be the one that I liked. So we'll hang out here on 88 for a bit. Now, going back to the drum set, same thing here where I have this kick. If you hit the MIDI button, you can see it's mapped to 114. I believe the snare is mapped to 115. And then the hi-hat closed, 116. And that puts me in a position where if I like, while this is playing, I can audition, let's say, kick drums. So I'm going to hold the kick. I'm on number 7 now. That happened to be the one I like. But I'm going to hit play and then just cycle through and see if anything hits me. So you can have a lot of fun. Obviously, number 71, I paused here because that's something really unique about that sound. I don't think I would use this on every kick drum hit, but this might be an interesting sample to throw in every once in a while. I'm going to go back to number 7 because that seemed to be the one that worked the best. And here we are again. Great. I could, of course, do the exact same thing with the snares. Happen to have settled on number 4 in this one. I think I settled on 27 last time. Let's see if I come up with something different. Well, that's a lot of fun. It's good stereo image on that one. I don't know that it fits what I'm going for. It's definitely interesting. But again, it's up to you to choose whatever you like. I'm going to go back down to number 4 just because I think I was pretty happy down there. Yeah, good. It's a nice, I don't know, somewhere between old school hip hop. You can almost use it as like a drum and bass or some kind of breaks. You got a lot of different things you can do with it. So I'm going to leave those alone. That's my hi-hat. That's my hi-hat open. Let's just to say that I really like these. The overall 2/4 beat is totally working for me. So that's the 2/4 beat. And that's how you start playing with the selectors and the beat so that you can hear it in context, what the 2/4 beat is doing, and then start choosing your sounds until you settle on a kit and a pattern that seems to work for you. From there, what we're going to do is we're going to start tweaking the pattern to make it more interesting. Okay, so now what we're going to do, and by the way, if I look at each of these, you can see they are exactly the same pattern. That's just me auditioning tempos up through 115. Now I'm going to turn this jack off for a moment. Take a look at this guy, number 88, scene 8. All of a sudden, this looks a little bit different. And so what I'm doing now is trying to create some variations in the patterns, because right here, actually, let me go back up to this guy. If I hit play, that's the basic 2/4 beat. That's a 1 measure pattern. Here at 88, this is now a 4 measure pattern. This is 1. This lighter gray is 2. This medium dark gray again is 3. And then this is 4. Now you'll see these kicks are grayed out, which means they're currently not set to play. This is the basics of a 2/4 beat. Let's take a look at what I have here. And by the way, this basics of the 2/4 beat is really an intro. Obviously, without the kick, it's a little bit lacking. So if we take a look at this next guy, I have the kick in, I have the snare in, back to the hi-hat, and then I have this interesting open hi-hat. I'm not sure what this is going to do. Let's take a listen. Okay, so this interesting guy is our ride. That lets us know it's the beginning of the phrase again. It's your basic 2/4 beat. I have an extra kick drum here with an accent open hat here, and a little bit of an extra kick pattern here, so that this first bar is very much what we'd expect. This second bar is a little bit interesting because it has this extra kick and the hi-hat. The third bar is just like the first bar. And then the fourth bar is different from the others. So that creates an A, B, A, C pattern. This is a great way to take the 2/4 beat and create some variation out of it. Just adding an extra kick drum here, an extra kick drum there, an extra hi-hat here, converting this closed hat to an open hat here, adding the ride cymbal crash at the beginning. All of these things conspire to make this 4-bar phrase now sound like one 4-bar phrase, as opposed to the basic 2/4 beat, just repeating 4 times. If you hear the same pattern 4 times in a row, it gets really boring because you know exactly what it is, and it's done it 4 times. You can expect it's going to do it another 4 times. If you hear a basic pattern and it has slight variations across 4 bars and then repeats every 4 bars, you've only heard the pattern once in the same 4 bars, and therefore you feel as though it's more interesting. You're willing to listen all the way out to 16 bars to get the same entertainment value as you would in 4 bars with the basic 2/4 beat.